everyone, my name is Olivia Oppenheim, and this is my final. I chose to do option 3, which is Make Your Own Teacher Manual, and I decided to title mine How to Teach Fine Arts to First Graders, Tips and Tricks on How to Get Better Educated on Arts Education. With my book, I wanted to create sort of a survival guide, something I wish I had read before I started teaching. I wanted this book to not be intimidating at all, like some other art education books are, but rather something familiar as the composition notebook, which is why I chose that to be the background. I wanted to create something that a person would enjoy reading and have an educational experience. I don't take myself very seriously, and I didn't want this book to take itself very seriously, so you'll see a lot of silly chapter titles, which is something that I look for in my books. I look for eye-catching chapter titles. On my cover, I wanted it to seem very handmade, very kind of loose, I guess, with the sketches on top and the tape with my name on it. I wanted it to have a handcrafted look. Overall, I wanted this book to be digestible for everyone. If you've been teaching for 20 years or just started or maybe thinking of a career in teaching, I wanted this to be a book that someone could just pick up and learn something and it still be entertaining. As I go through my table of contents, I thought I would give a summary of each chapter, almost like an author would pitch a book, so I hope you guys enjoy. I start with the introduction, which is a quick chapter of my background, sharing my qualifications for writing this book, why I should be writing it, and why I think the reader should read this book. In this chapter, I go over where my passion for arts education started and where it has taken me to this day. I talk about growing up in Georgia and my arts programs in public schools being almost non-existent until high school and how that affected me as a young person. I talk about my college experience, my first job where I knew I wanted to work with kids, and my first teaching job. This next chapter, Art Ed 101, this is where the real information starts. In this chapter, I go over the fundamentals of art education, including some philosophers who have revolutionized the field, including Elliot Eisner, John Dewey, and Paulo Freire. These philosophers who I have referenced have helped me inspire my own art philosophy and really helped me with my teaching in general. In this chapter, I talk about how education at a young age is crucial for cognitive and social development. I talk about how art can really shape a young mind. This is chapter 2, Classroom Vibes. This is one of my favorite chapter titles. This chapter is all about environment, how important it is to have a safe, inclusive, non-judgmental environment for students from anywhere and anywhere to thrive. How to achieve and maintain this, and how to be a contributing member to this environment. I talk about how important it is to have this nurturing space open to everyone. I compare it to a doctor's office that is always available for walk-ins. Art is therapy, art is emotional, art is sacred for so many people, and the space that we create must be treated so. Having this vulnerable space creates art you would never expect from all different students, including the ones that are not completely sold on art class. My next chapter, Teach Me How to Teach, goes over different teaching methods from new materials to ownership and independence in the classroom, especially for younger kids new to art making. This was a really big pain point for me my first year of teaching. I was never taught how to actually convey the message so that it could be absorbed by someone of any age, ranging from kindergarten all the way to middle and high school. I talk about how the art room is the coolest place in the school and how to take advantage of that. There's paint and markers and glitter and all of the things that you're not supposed to play around with, but in art class, that's where we can create. For that to truly work, there needs to be order in the chaos. There need to be jobs handed out to kids so they can truly have a sense of responsibility in the art room. One of my favorite things to do to get kids' attention, which is absolutely necessary if you don't plan on screaming at the top of your lungs. All my kids know that when I say, "Hey Mona," they all respond with, "Hey Lisa," and they stop what they're doing and their eyes go directly to me. Having fun in the classroom and giving your students a response like that will save your life and your voice. My next chapter is called Imagination, and this is a really important chapter talking about how we can nourish kids' imagination. All kids are unique, and it should be shown through their artwork rather than seeing the same house and cloud on everyone's page. We all have different stories, and giving them space and an opportunity to show is key. This chapter is about how to get kids to achieve creative freedom within the restraints of a structured project and embrace originality. My next chapter is called Don't Dumb It Down. This chapter is about how teaching fine arts to kids can be scary, but it is completely possible. Kids are capable of so much, and we as adults are giving them these restraints to reside within. When you take those restraints off and you tell a kid, yes, go do that, they create outstanding things. My next chapter is called Showing Artwork, and this tells you everything from galleries and artist spotlights and critiques, getting kid artwork shown. Getting your artwork shown is a really big deal for an artist, especially when it's your first time getting your artwork shown. This chapter is all about how to set up galleries, how to talk about student artwork, and celebrate accomplishments within your art studio. This next chapter is called Art is Everything, and it tells us how art relates to everything from math and science, history, even storytelling, and how to get students to understand this, which is the hardest part. Art helps us with everything outside of school as well, thinking about different viewpoints, heavy emotions, attentiveness, and being present in life. And again, how to get students to truly feel this. My final chapter is called Thank You. This is a reflection of my experiences as teaching and how I came to the understanding that my students teach me just as much as I teach them, and how to make an environment conducive to both learning and healing. It is a thank you to my students, to philosophers, to my teachers and professors that I've had in the past, and just a summary of gratitude for everything that I've gone through and experienced that led me to this point. This is my back cover. On the top half, you'll see a summary of my book. My favorite part is the last sentence, which is, teaching is difficult, but good thing you're the art teacher. I thought that line really summed up the way that I feel about being the art teacher and how incredibly grateful I am to be in the position that I'm in. Underneath, I have a quote from Ellen Winter, a psychologist and professor at Boston College. She's written 5 books on art psychology, so I thought she would be a really great person to have a quote from. My next quote is from Eva Moskowitz, who is the CEO of Success Academy Charter Schools. Success Academy's main mission is to empower children from all backgrounds to succeed, and has opened up over 50 free public charter schools in Manhattan and Brooklyn. My last quote is very special to me. This is from my painting professor who was with me for all 4 years at FIT. This felt like a really nice homage to have for him and my time at FIT. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed my final. This process was really fun. I really liked pretending that I was writing this book and that I had all this experience and had all this knowledge, and made me very hopeful for the future that I will have all this knowledge and possibly maybe will write a book. Now I have an outline for it, so I really enjoyed this project. It was very fun, and I like graphic design aspect of it. It was also very exciting going back in all of the lessons and trying to pick out like some of my favorites to kind of sneak into some of my chapters. I thought that was really fun. I hope you have an amazing rest of your year, and this was an awesome semester with all of you.